Yo, yo, we back with another one and another one, another one. This is Homestead slash Orlando edition. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited, man. I know a lot of people been waiting for this one, highly anticipated. We finally here. Um, I don't even know how to start. This is one of my favorite cousins.
One.
Yeah, your brother's my second. Y'all tied for first place.
Okay.
I don't know, man. She
Should only be one, but okay.
She makes me laugh every time. There's never a dull moment with her. She gonna show her personality today. So go ahead, introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about you real quick.
And when you say introduce, do I say my full name?
You don't gotta say your full name, just
Okay.
how you wanna be them to know you.
Okay. Well, for the ones who knows me as Urta. You don't need to know my last name. But I'm also known as Tweet, if you want to know how where Tweet comes in, because I'm like originally from Haiti. I came down here like maybe 30 minutes ago. I'm working on my green card still, but I got the name because my head was bigger than my body, Tweety Bird. So that's how that came about when I was living here in the O. But yeah, you can call me Tweet because a lot of people put the TH in my name and I don't like that. So just call me Tweet. I'd rather you call me Tweet than just fuck up my name. So yeah, Tweet. And I am a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin. I'm all the above. I'm a friend. I'm Tweet. I think I'm cool. Sexy as fuck. I'm bad about it, but I'm sexy. But yeah.
All right. Welcome to the podcast. This is your first one, so I'm kind of excited what you're gonna bring to the table because we had a lot of different flavors. This is what women are really thinking. We trying to get in the women's brain. We trying to know what y'all really be thinking inside, because every man says different. They got different takes on women. So let's start it off with this question: Do you think women are unstable creatures?
I do. And I think Jody says it best. Was it Jody? No, it was Jody Friend off Baby Boy.
Mm-hmm.
They are unstable
Pete.
creatures. Yes. Yeah. I can say they are. Women don't really know what they want. Women are somewhat confused. Um, I can't speak for all women, and I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
All right. That's a good answer. Some people don't keep it real. They try to sugarcoat it and stick up for the women. But you get playing both sides. I like that.
Mhm.
So, tell us a little bit about your upbringing, where you come from, and things of that nature. Like, what was it growing up being like you, Tweet?
Um, like I say, a lot of people who really don't know me assume that I'm not Haitian. They think I'm African American. I guess because I'm a little hip. They say I'm hood, I'm ghetto, whatever you want to call it. I don't have an accent, but I think I do. But I'm originally from Haiti. I was raised in Dade. Um, I lived some of my time in West Palm Beach. Then I moved to Orlando. Then my grandmother made her way down to Homestead. Um, Basically, my upbringing, I was like the only girl in the house. I was brought up with my grandmother. My grandma brought me here when I was very young. Um, I was raised with my grandmother. I didn't have no male figure in my life. It was more so my brother, my uncle, and my grandmother. I always had my own room, being that I was the only girl. I couldn't say I had the most. I had everything that I needed. And somewhat, I can say I had a lot that I wanted as well, being that my grandmother raised me and basically I'm, originally from Haiti, and that being that I didn't have both my parents. So we wasn't brought up off food stamps, CBT, or none of that stuff. So everything was basically off the muscle. My grandma worked in the fields. I worked in the fields every summer. I hated summer because most kids go on vacation or, stay around the house and do fun things during the summer. But I spent most of my summers in the bean field, um, helping out my grandmother. I wouldn't say helping my grandmother because everything I made, she gave, so I started working at a very young age. I'm a very hard worker. I work a lot. I wouldn't say I love money, but to get by, you have to make some kind of money. So I'm a workaholic, and I'm very cool. I'm down to earth. I'm very outspoken. I'm like, if I'm thinking it, I'm gonna say it. It may come off wrong, but it's just who I am. But I'm very chill. Like, to love me is to know me.
I like that. So tell us about you and your brother, how y'all the growing up with you and him.
I have a lot. My youngest brother is like 5 years old, 4 years old. So which brother?
I'm talking about the one you're close with, close in age.
Okay, Buddha is like I have a lot of siblings on my dad's side, but Buddha's my brother that I grew up with him. I learned how to fighting him. Like, yeah, we used to go at it like blow for blow type shit. I was more like the big brother slash sister because when he used to get in some shit, I used to be the one to come to defend him. Although we used to fight like cat and dogs, like dead ass, like somebody is like, we ain't gonna stop till somebody start breathing type shit. That's how we fought. But that was still my brother. But at the end of the day, I always had his back. And I still have his back. I love my brother and he's cool as fuck. And I think he was like one of the funniest people in the world to me. My brother's mad funny. And that's my brother, but we had some good times fighting. We spent a lot of times fighting, but we're older now. We don't fight. We have a lot of disagreements. He don't agree with a lot of things that I say, but it is what it is. Like I said, I'm very outspoken. So
Okay, so how was high school for you? What was high school like?
high school was lit. I don't want to get too much into high school because when I was in high school, I was in like a full blown relationship. And my life was more so based on that relationship, but that was my past. And I'm no longer living in my past, but most of my high school years is with someone I was with in my past. So now I'm an adult with kids and I'm in love, married and stuff. So it's like I don't too much speak about my high school days because my high school days had a lot of to do with my past relationship.
So why you think women consume themselves in a relationship at a young age so much to so they don't want to speak on it just like you?
Well, it ain't more so that because it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst, but I haven't had other relationships, honestly, but it's more so I feel like for me, I can't speak for all women. Look at my boo. I can't speak for all women, but for me, I think it's not more so an excuse, but I think I was more so looking for that fatherly love, that men figure, like male, I wanted to like so I, s- I got into a relationship at a very young age and I was in a relationship for a good amount of time. So I felt like that happened for me because, again, like I said before, I was raised up with my grandmother, a brother, and an uncle in the house, and I was the only female. So it's like I was looking for that fatherly love, maybe. So I kind of caught up in a relationship, and I basically put my whole life into like that relationship somewhat. But I was young. I didn't know any better.
What was like some of the lessons you learned?
Um, hmm. Don't grow up before your time. Don't move too fast. It's more so like 16, 15, 14. Like live those age. Like don't try to be so grown because being grown ain't it. Like if I can go back to where I didn't have so much responsibilities and all that, like I don't mind responsibilities because again, that's part of life. But being an adult is hard. Like being a grown adult is hard. So with that being said, like I wouldn't want to grow up so fast, knowing what I know now and seeing how life is now. Mm,
Mm. Life is tough.
very.
All right, so after high school, what was like your plans and goals? What you had going on?
Um, I was a stick-up kid. I used to rob. No, I'm just kidding.
Nigga, what?
I'm just kidding, you guys. Like, after high school, where I got with my husband that I'm with, like during like what was it? Towards my maybe what 12th grade year, maybe in high school, 11th grade, I would say. I don't know. It's been a long time. I've been waiting for like a good amount of time. Y'all don't even know how long, but it's been some decades. I've been with this guy. So basically, like I love hard. So if I'm in a relationship, if I love you, I love you. Like I'm gonna go hard for you. So being that during the time towards my high school years, I was with the person I'm with now, Yeshua, and it was more so like I wanted a family. I was young and I wasn't really thinking about the future. Again, I feel like it's because of my life, my past, being that I didn't have that fatherly figure or whatever. It was like I was more so thinking about my future as far as, oh, like making plans of what I would want to be in life or what my goals are. I was more so focused on a family, I guess. I wanted to get, I guess, the love that I was getting from home. Not saying that my grandmother didn't love me, but my grandmother was too busy trying to raise three kids off the muscle with no government assistance. So everything was off the muscle then. So it's like my grandmother wasn't giving me, I guess, the attention and the love that I was seeking for. So being that I found it in a boy, in a guy, and I more so put my life on whatever it is, that relationship that I'm in. So my whole life always been like being in a relationship and focusing on whatever it is that I got going on within that relationship.
So what did you learn from your grandmother, which also is my grandma? Shout out to her. What is something that you learned from her that you took into the relationship you in now?
Well, I take a lot from my grandmother. I always say if I want to be like anybody in the world, I would want to be like my grandmother because, like I said, um, my grandmother lost her husband, and that's basically what caused us to come to the United States. So basically, when she left Haiti to come here to the States, she basically bought majority of her family with her, took a risk, and brought us all here on a boat, not knowing this is no motor, no nothing. This is like by wind, not knowing if we are gonna make it or not. And she took that risk to bring us here. And like I was saying before, everything was off the muscle, no government assistance, independent woman, never had since I've been around my grandmother, living with my grandmother. I never seen a man come in and out of our house. I never seen my grandmother with a man. So when people speak of independent, I think of my grandmother. When people speak of strong, I think of my grandmother because I feel like she's all in that because being that she raised three kids with no assistance and no help, with no male figure, because even with my husband now, it's still a struggle. So imagine her doing it with three kids and no assistant. Everything was off, working in the fields. And, my grandma always been a hustler. She sold little, I wouldn't say little, she sold sodas and little things on the side or whatever you make extra money. But if to be anything, always be a hard worker. And a man, I feel like a man is a bonus, regardless of wherever you go in life. Yeah, it's good to have one hand is always better than two. But if you can hold your own, that's the best thing ever. And that's what I've learned from my grandmother. Like, you don't need a man to make it in life.
Okay. That's good. That's a good little take right there. Shout out to grandma, man.
Mhm.
For real, she been doing this for a long time. You know.
Very
So
long time.
let's go on to motherhood. Cause you spoke on it a bit. So what was motherhood like for you?
It was interesting. It's still interesting. I'm still learning as I go. Like, my kids call me, well, they call their dad the cool dad. I'm like the strict mom. Like, my kids know I'm hood. I don't play that shit. I'm all about school and I don't really hide anything from my kids. I'm very open with my kids and I try to teach my kids that, you know, as life goes, not all family is family. Just because you're blood related to someone, that doesn't make them, you know what I'm saying, like family. Just because somebody's your family, love who loves you. So basically, being a mother, that's what I try to put in my kids' head. Like, yeah, it's just it's I think it's easy for me being a mother because the father of my kids always been with me through the beginning up until this time. So I never really had any struggles being a mother. Everything when it came to my kids, I always had assistance. I always had help when it came to their father. So I think being a mother is very easy. It's with the assistant because lived I haven't experienced raising kids on my own. So I can't really speak for single mothers, and shout out to all the single mothers because I wouldn't know how y'all do it because I got a lot of friends who's doing it on their own. I salute you guys. I haven't lived it, but baby, listen, I salute y'all because even with the father of my kids in the home with them, it's a struggle. So imagine you guys doing it on your own. But it's very easy for me because I always had that help. Like, you know, I love my dude and everything. And if I can take anything from him, I will never take being a father because if he's nothing in the world, he's a phenomenal father. So with that being said, that makes being a mother easy. And I enjoy it. I would love to have more kids. But
Okay, so out of both of your kids, who is like the most like you? Um, and who's most like you?
mm, I would say my younger son is more like me. He looks like his father, but he's everything is me. Like he's hood, he's into rap, he's my son. He's just my baby. Like I don't know. I would say more so my youngest son is my son. Matt. He's funny. He's very outgoing. He's outspoken too, but um I would say I low key like attention, and that's the type of person he is. He likes to. I don't really like to be the center of attention because I somewhat sometimes can shut down and be a little shy. But as for him, he's like me. Matt's lit. Yeah, that's my son. My other child, MJ, he's like sometimes like reason why I didn't ask for a DNA is because I had him, I pushed him out naturally. So yeah, that's my son, but he's nothing like me. Nothing like me. Like that's my twin. That's like my oldest son is my twin, but nothing like me. Like he's very like professional. He doesn't curse. He's like caring. Not that I'm not caring and loving, but he's a loner and I'm not a loner. I'm very friendly. I'm very outspoken. I like to be around people. I'm a people's person and he don't really like people. So he's totally the opposite of me. But look, just not just like me, but he looks like me, but nothing like me.
All right, explain them two in 3 words.
Matt, he's funny, smart, and very and y'all know English is not my first language. Uh,
Intellectual,
that too, but then energetic.
energetic. Yeah,
Yes, that's the word. And
yeah,
I'm
that's
a
the.
little heavy too, so excuse me. But yeah, he's injured. The word he said that. Matt, MJ, my oldest, very smart. He's a loner, um, smart loner, and he's simple.
That sounds about right. Simplicity for him.
Yes.
Okay, so now, what's the craziest thing one of them ever told you?
um, it would be my son, of course, Matt. He is quite one of the things he asked me, which is kind of weird to me, but I can understand where he's coming from because sometimes when kids say certain things, we find it to be funny, like, but then it's like you got to put yourself in the kid's shoes. So as far as my son Matt, excuse me, he once asked me like, he was like, "Mommy, is grandma the oldest person in the world?" And at the time, I found it to be funny. Like he wanted to know if Margaret was like the first person to be here in the world. And at first, it was funny, but then it's like I had to sit and think like a kid. And I felt like the reason why he asked me that is because my grandma's like the oldest person that he's seen, that he's been around to make him question me that. But that was like the weirdest question, one of the weirdest. And another thing was funny to me. It was like maybe the first week of school, we was driving, me picking him up from school, and I'm going home. And it was just so random out of nowhere. I don't know what he thinks in his head. He asked me, he's like, Mommy, like, how was I born? Like, how did you have me? And so it's like, it caught me off guard. So I'm like, what? Hold on, because it was just so random. We were just in the car. I was asking him about his day, and then he just shift gear on me and asked me, like, he's like, Mommy, how was I born? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how are you born? He's like, like, did you have me out your butt? So that threw me. I'm like, what? Like, okay, because I guess he don't know about the woman's vagina at the time. He was probably in the second grade, first grade maybe. And I'm like, so it threw me. I didn't even answer the question. I just laugh and be like, Matt, just shut up. Like, I couldn't even answer that question because I couldn't even believe he like. But yeah, Matt is Matt.
So, when do you think the right time is for you? Because you don't have no girls right now. So, what do you think is the perfect time to talk about the birds and the bees?
Mm. I would more so say, I wouldn't say now because right now, like my kids are they're homebody. They don't really like being around people. They like to be home. Um, for MJ, now that he's in high school, he's like I said, he's a loner. He has, uh, no offense, he like white girls. Not that I'm racist. I don't have any problem with him liking white girls, but y'all should see the white girls he like. But okay. So it's like I try to tell him, MJ, them white girls, you gotta be careful, MJ, like, cause my baby packing, you feel me? So it's like I don't want him to bust them. No, I'm just but no, like MJ, it's more so I'd rather his dad have that conversation with him when it comes about the birds and the bees type stuff. But when he like, as far as girls like him, he comes share little things with me or whatever, and I give him little advice. Um, One thing I know he doesn't like, which I somewhat kind of find a little offense to it, he said he don't like ghetto girls, like loud girls. And I'm like, God damn, your mom's loud, so you don't like your mom. But he said he don't like the girls that talk like the people in the boondocks. So I guess girls that cuss and that's loud, I'm assuming. So yeah, that's my son. Mhm.
So let's shift gears to womanhood, man. Because womanhood is like the most well-known thing that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on and understand. So like, there's a new stigma out there. Women are not trying to be in relationships. They want to be more independent. They don't want no man for nothing. They trying to go on their own. They'll rather be a single parent. I don't know. It's just like ghetto females, like you said, I don't know. Like, so what's your take on females that don't want a man?
Um, I feel like the ones who say that is more so the one who can't keep a man. No offense, because every woman, that was the whole purpose of Adam and Eve. Every man needs a woman, and every woman need a man. So at the end of the day, when a woman say they don't need a man, like, yeah, you may be able to do certain things that men do, but trust me, you can't be a man. So financially, not that saying you need a man, but emotionally, physically, again, we can switch a light bulb and stuff, but bitch, we can't fix a hole in the wall. And if we do it, ain't gonna be like a man would do it, like certain things. And even if you can do it, like, why not have a man do it? Like, that's a man's job as far as fixing certain things that goes on in your vehicle. Like, you shouldn't have to take your car to the mechanic or certain things when there's a man there. So at the end of the day, those are not things that you need. But I feel like every woman needs a man and every man needs a woman. Like, we think for you guys. I feel like men are physically strong, but I feel like in their head they're kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? You guys are not as smart as women are. Like, you guys, and there's a lot of men who is responsible, who can pay bills and do things. There's a lot of men who's better fathers than they are than women that are better mothers. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. But my whole thing is, I do feel every woman do need a man in the house, and every child do need a father within the home. So I feel like it is very important to have a mate. And I don't have nothing against people that's lesbian or gay or whatever the case may be, but for the Bush or the Dykes or the one who come off being manly, at the end of the day, you're not a man. So having somebody with a big python, not a big python, but something between their legs as a real man is very important. I was saying.
Very crazy. So, how you feel about like women following these other females out here, like Sexy Red and Gorilla,
No offense, but it's
Sukiana?
dirty red for me.
Like, how you feel about those females out there, like using those women as role models, especially like now she pregnant, she walking around with a bonnet on her head, she's just out there. So, how you feel about those women, being role models for the women out there?
Um, I feel like anybody can be a role model. I feel like just because somebody's pregnant wearing a bonnet, that doesn't give you any, well, not you, just people, any judgment on them. You shouldn't judge anybody based on, certain activities they do. Because sometimes I come off a little hood, I could be a little ratchet. But I feel like those type of people, they don't know it's a time and place for certain things. You know what I'm saying? And then especially having a whole world and having kids, because nowadays kids work a phone better than an adult does. So having kids having to access certain things, so I feel like certain things they shouldn't do. And again, they're celebrities. They shouldn't be anybody role model. If you choose them to be a role model, then that's on you. But again, like I said, with the whole dirty red, I mean sexy red, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of them. I grew up off Little Kim, Foxy Brown, and Trina and people like them. So
Why you call her Dirty Red though?
I've been there back in shit. For real, whoever a fan of her, no offense, like y'all know that shit too, like for real, like we ain't gonna talk about Dirty Red. It's a Sexy Red. It ain't even about her, but let's be serious. Like the girl is like she's not even Cardi B ghetto. You know what I'm saying? She's fucking straight out the ghetto, full of roaches type ghetto. So it's Dirty Red for me.
All right. So I got a question for you. If you was at a date with your date and his card declined, what you gonna do?
If his card declined,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna have to pay because I don't want to be embarrassed. But that would have been the end of that.
So he ain't getting no second date.
Second date. First of all, on the first date, you should have made sure your card was, which shit happened. So I'm gonna pay it, and then we're gonna have to figure out why the fuck it declined. Like, because sometimes the bank do stop certain transactions, so that could have been one of those situations. So I wouldn't mind because I'm not finna go on a date or I'm not gonna go anywhere without money. Just in case shit go left, I'm gonna be able to handle my own. So if it declined, of course, I'm gonna pay for it. But once I pay for it, we ain't leaving that restaurant until we figure out why the fuck your card declined. So if it's a logic reason, then yeah, of course, another date or whatever, and then we can whatever. I can help you fix it or whatever the case may be, and not mean financially. Like we can call and figure out why the fuck it declined. But if you ain't got no money to decline, then baby, we don't need no second date. So that means you can't even pay a light bill. Nowadays, at this day and age, baby, listen. Listen, fuck a date, bitch. If you can't pay a certain percentage on my rent, and I ain't talking about no 10%, because right now, bitch, rent is high. Fuck a date. Like, no, if it declined because you couldn't pay over $100 tab or whatever the case may be, I don't think it would be a second date because that can't even cover my water bill. So at this day and age, you need a date. Now, I wouldn't say financially, but if you can't help me, then why the fuck you with me? And not that I'm out seeking for help, because anything a man can do for me, I can do for myself. But nigga, I'm not gonna be doing the most cooking, cleaning, and then I gotta. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta suck and fuck you and you can't pay a fucking bill. That's a problem for me. Like, no. And then we're adults, so therefore we're not gonna be staying with your mama. We ain't staying with my peoples. So like, no, no. If you can't pay bills, baby, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
And that's okay. Talk to her then.
Oh God.
So boom. Now,
Mhm.
there's a lot of like females beefing with each other, not trying to see eye. Why you think females be beefing with other females?
Because I feel like female are very sensitive. We are very um and I feel a lot of females, they're very envious, low key. Like people don't like most people, that is not just females. That goes for the niggas too, because some niggas are worse than females. So I just feel like most people don't want to see you elevate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people want to see you at the same level as them, or if not lower. And most females, they get envious just by like the stupidest shit. Some females, and you know what's crazy now that we're on that subject? You know what's funny to me? I don't never understand how people can say, oh, I don't like her. No, I just don't like her. Like, what do you mean you just don't like her? How can you not like somebody you don't know? You know what I'm saying? How can you not like somebody who haven't done anything to you? Like, what is it that you don't like? Like the physique? Like, help me understand that. So it's like females, like, I don't get y'all. Y'all weird as fuck to me. And y'all do some weird ass shit. And I'm a female. And I could do dumb ass shit, but I move off certain things. I'm not gonna react just to react. No, you have to do something to me in order for me to react. But some bitches just do shit just to do shit. And I find that to be lame as fuck. So I don't know, it's just weird. They're very in competition, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I be saying. Cause a lot of people say, I don't mess with her. Why you don't mess with her? What's the problem? And they never give a reason.
Mm.
So, you have a good ability of staying off social media and things of that nature. What makes you wanna not be on social media? What takes you? Cause the world we live in, people feel like they need it. They need to be on it. They need to scroll. They need to see what's popping, what's going on. So, what makes you not have that urge to be on the social media networks?
Well, I feel like social media can be a curse and it can also be a gift. It all depends on how you intake it. Like, one thing I've learned is that don't go by what you see on social media, because trust and believe me, that's one of the reasons I'm not on Facebook. Facebook, like, it kills me. Y'all be killing me on Facebook. And I love it's so much entertaining. I find out about hurricanes. I find out when food stamp drop. I find a lot of information on Facebook. I love Facebook. And I'm also able to connect with my family and friends. But I feel like Facebook is people live the life they would like to live on Facebook. It's just so crazy to me. I can have my fucking neighbor who literally lives right next door to me. Bitch, go on. Like, I just seen a bitch with her bonnet on, barefooted, taking out the trash. But then I go on Facebook 5 minutes ago, the bitch saying she flying out to fucking New York. Bitch, no the fuck you not, hoe, because I just seen you take out the trash. So shit like that be pissing me off. So it's like people be living this life on social media that's not even that. And it just like, no, like, I can't go for that. But then again, it's like sometime on social media. But again, people be putting shit that they not even living. They probably like, and it's a lot of success that goes on social media, and I feel like social media do help in some ways. So that can also be motivation. So that's why I say it can be a gift and a curse. It's all on how you take certain things. Like, but I don't know. I just feel like the media. I mean, the government put social media out just to fucking like have us all lost in the sauce, basically, so we won't really know what's really going on. Because people really live by social, and it's so crazy because nowadays, like, people take offense to, say, for instance, is somebody's birthday or whatever, and then it's like they expect you to go on social media and do the most. Like, people live for shit like that, and to me, I find that to be weird. Like how why we can't go back how it was before there was a MySpace, before there was a Facebook, a Twitter, and all that other stuff. It's like people live for social media now. They're not living like real life. They living for social media, and that shit just throws me.
So, what you want to tell the females out here before we get out of here? Because I want you to give them some free game, let them know your experiences, all that good stuff.
Um, Fuck niggas, get money. Now I'm just playing. I would more so say self-love. I learned that if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. So regardless of how you may feel, and I feel confidence is very big. So I'm real big on confidence. Like before, like, oh my God, like I feel like I had to move my nose out the way to see certain things. Like my nose is like the biggest thing. Right now, like, bitch, you can't tell me I ain't got a white person nose, bitch. Like, so I feel like confidence is everything. Like if you feel good about yourself, you're gonna take care of yourself, and that also comes with self-love. In order for, I feel like for anybody to love you, not just a man or a female, I feel like for anybody to love you, you have to love yourself. Because if that person see how much you go hard for yourself and how much you love yourself, they would give that same in return, and I feel like more respect will come within that, and it's all how you treat yourself. So that's more so what's really important, self-love. Like yeah, self-love mainly. That's all I can say. Like, and another thing too, like I would like to know, like, what's people's definition of, I just had this conversation with my little cousin. Like, what's the real definition of love? Like, what's love to you guys? Like, because people use the word love like loosely. You know what I'm saying? And people have their own definition of love, because what I think my type of love and how I would love would be a different way that you may love and way you may find to love someone. So it's more so I'm more big on loyalty, because I feel like loyalty comes with all of that. Loyalty comes with love. Loyalty comes with respect. Loyalty comes with care. Loyalty comes with all of that. So I would rather loyalty over love. Like, I don't want nobody to love me, because you could give me fake love. You can pretend it, but you can pretend for so long. But with loyalty, that shit never changed. So I'm very big on loyalty. All that love shit is out the door. Like, I'll tell you I love you. If I tell you I love you, it's because I fucks with you and I'm loyal. So I'm not gonna tell a bitch I love you. But yeah, like that love shit is fake to me. But more so, I always remember self-care and self-love is like the most important thing ever. Put y'all first, the Most High, the Creator, whatever you want to call him, and everything else is gonna come.
All right, man. Well, that concludes this podcast. Thank you to my beautiful cousin for coming through. We're gonna have a part 2 soon. Y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. Tell the people one more time your name.
Tweet, aka, well, you don't need to know my government name, Tweet, because my green card is like a little expired right now, so I don't need nobody to come looking for me. But yeah, Tweet, Haitian Goddess. It's my name on social media. I'm not on Facebook, but I'm on Instagram, Haitian Goddess 07. You can get at me on social media. I don't really be posting anything, but I do be get on that shit. Like, if I have a little sip or something or whatnot, I do be talking my shit. But it's all love.
Hey, she finna have a podcast coming out soon. We finna get her right. We finna show her what the ropes is so she can start doing this more often. But yeah, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe on the video. We out, man. Peace.
Gang.
We got bangers on the way. A lot of bangers, man. Y'all go view them last 2 episodes, man. If y'all really vibe with me. And we out.